In our previous video, we discussed some situations which we worked out with the help of estimations. Let us try to solve some more examples. We will begin with the problems on estimating a sum. Look at this question. How do we start with the solution? We need to round off both the numbers to the nearest thousand. Give it a try. Rounding off to the nearest thousand, we get the following numbers. This number was rounded off to 15,000 and this one was 7,000. So what would be the estimated sum here? Yes, that's correct. The estimated sum of given two numbers to the nearest thousand is 22,000. Should we try one more? Here's your second question. Did you notice any difference in this case? Here we need to estimate the sum of a 4-digit number and a 3-digit number. And how do we solve that? It's very simple. We will round off both the numbers to the nearest 100. Why do we do that? Because in this case, the number 290 is really far from the nearest multiple of 1000. If we round it off to the nearest 1000, then we will get a 0. So rounding off to the nearest 100 gives us these two numbers. Now we can work out the estimated sum as 4000. You can make some more examples of estimating a sum to the nearest 10, 100 and 1000 for practice. We will now proceed to solve the examples of estimating a difference. How will you round off these numbers? As you can see, both the numbers can be rounded off to the nearest 1000. Therefore, we can solve this problem as follows. And we get the estimated difference as 80,000. That was easy, right? Now let me give you one more question to solve. Can you work out the solution? Estimating both the numbers to the nearest 10, we get 330 and 60. And we get the estimated difference as 270. Let us see if estimating the product is equally simple. Try and see if you can solve the following. We will solve them one by one. In the first question, we are multiplying a 4-digit number with a 2-digit number. Can we round off number 23 to the nearest 1000 or to the nearest 100? It's very clear. Since the number is far away from the multiple of 100 as well as 1000, we will round it off to the nearest 10. What about the number 1357? It can be rounded off to the nearest 10 as 1360 or nearest 100 as 1400 or nearest 1000 as 1000. It is obvious that our estimated product will differ in all the three cases above. However, we know that it's the easiest to round it off to the nearest 100 in this case. Accordingly, we will get the final answer as follows. The estimated product is 28,000. Note that we rounded off one number to the nearest 100 and the other to the nearest 10. And that's okay. So now let's discuss the second question of estimating a product. We need to estimate the product of the following two numbers. Again, in this case, we can choose to round off these two numbers to the nearest 10 or nearest 100. Let's estimate the product by rounding off both the numbers to the nearest 100. We can work out the solution as follows. The estimated product of 236 and 491 to the nearest 100 is 100,000. You can work out the solution by rounding off the numbers to the nearest 10 as well. There is no one rule about estimations. It just depends on what works best in that situation.